Bobby Wainwood, it's very kind of you to talk to us. What's the crime you committed?
Well, I can't say it. I'm not going to say I committed it, which I didn't commit. But they got me in here for killing my stepdaughter. They said I done it.
11-year-old Sarah Patterson was murdered and found near Lake Granbury.
Bobby Woods was found guilty of abducting his ex-girlfriend's son and daughter, beating the 9-year-old boy causing serious head injury, and sexually assaulting the 11-year-old girl before cutting her throat. Have you heard of the 8th Amendment, Bobby Wainwood?
Okay. I don't read and write. So I don't read the paper, I don't read the paper. And what words I do read, I haven't been following it. I'm second grade level in reading and writing. I even got the mental retardation issue.
So you've never read the 8th Amendment?
No.
Which forbids cruel and unusual punishment?
No, sir.
You've never heard those words before?
Well, it's what my lawyer said.
If it should come to the point that you were to face execution, what sort of person do you think should carry out that job?
Well, doctors should do it.
A doctor should do it.
Doctors should know what they're doing. They should be the ones. I don't even trust them sticking a needle in me in here. I got stuck here 6 times, and missing 6 times, trying to take blood. And I got a big old vein right there, and he missed it 6 times.
And who was doing that? Was that a nurse here?
A nurse.
That was a nurse.
And they still didn't get the blood out.
Carl Eugene Chamberlain, my name is Vivian White.
Vivian.
Did you kill a person?
Yes.
You did kill a person?
Yes. The crime that I'm here for, that I'm guilty of, is rape and murder. It's capital murder.
You raped and murdered
Yes, sir.
A woman?
Yes, sir.
Carl Chamberlain entered the apartment of a 30-year-old woman on the pretext of borrowing a cup of sugar. He sexually assaulted her and shot her in the head.
I would like to say at this point that if I have any regret since December 1st, 1991, is that I did not get on the stand and look the victim's family in the eye and say, look, I'm very, very sorry. Your mother, your sister, your daughter died heroically proclaiming her love for you. And I'm very, very sorry.
If you had to make a choice, Carl Eugene Chamberlain, of the method of your own execution, which would it be?
If I actually had a choice, it would be anything but lethal injection.
If you had a choice, it would be anything but lethal injection.
Right, because the lethal injection makes it seem kind and nice, and there's no nice way to murder somebody.
Why should the Supreme Court be concerned about the question of the constitutional rights of people like yourself?
Because we as a society are maturing just like individuals mature. We were executing people by electric chair not too long ago. We're executing people by hanging. We're executing people by headsmen. I mean, you can go back in history to where they had disembowelment and they actually focused on trying to torture people. Even if I would die a horrible death, I would rather die an honest death, because a lot of victims' family members are really outraged about the kindness and about the gentle way that we die. And if they were able to catch me and choke me to death, I wouldn't resist. Even true vengeance would be more humane than the system of death that we've created.
Electrocution, the gas chamber. Lethal injection was meant to be the best system for judicial dispatch yet devised in a society bent on inventing better and better ways of doing everything, even executions. It was meant to be better for the person being executed, better for the person doing it, better for the person watching it, better for the person who reads about it in their morning papers or hears about it on TV the next morning. What would you be aiming for? And who dreamt up lethal injection in the first place? Guess. A doctor. The medical examiner for Oklahoma, now retired. I went to meet the father of lethal injection.
Are you Dr. A.J. Chapman?
Yes.
I'm very pleased to meet you. I'm Vivian White from BBC TV. I may come to speak to you.
Please come in.
Thank you very much indeed.
What you're seeing here is the back of the neck of an individual who was electrocuted, and this is the place where the positive electrode was placed, and what you're seeing is massive burning of the tissues, which extends from one ear to the other across the entire back of the neck. And of course, if the electrodes were kept in place long enough, the body would actually catch fire, and during some executions that exact thing did happen.
That is just absolutely awful.
In 1977, Dr. Chapman showed these and other pictures of people who'd been electrocuted to politicians in Oklahoma to help persuade them that the time had come to switch to a better system, his. The legislators were persuaded, and Dr. Chapman's new method was taken up by other states as well.
What was your test for a proper system of capital punishment?
I was asked an opinion as to the way that people could be humanely put to death, and that is without pain, suffering, torture, all of these things.
What's your view of the cases of which there are a number of things going wrong? What's your view of it?
The personnel who are administering these drugs have not been adequately trained. That's the long and short of it. As I set up the process initially, an intravenous line should have been established and known to be patent and located within a vein before the person was ever brought into the execution chamber. At that time, that is not the time to be trying to find a vein. People are under stress, and under the best of conditions, veins may be difficult to locate and difficult to cannulate. It is the same procedure that is done thousands and thousands of times around the world every day for patients, living patients who are going to be revived later or who will regain consciousness later for surgery. It's simply carried to extreme. Now, how that can be considered cruel and unusual, I have no idea.